Okay, 30 days to succeed or quit day trading forever. Week 1 recap. We started this on the 11th, so not a full week, but I'll be honest. This suggestion has been so awesome for my own trading. So thank you guys for asking me to document this. It's making me better, so I appreciate it. So first off, we got two different setups. The first one's a quick scalp. No scalp on this day. Did not hit our requirements, and I didn't trade it, which is a good thing. Next is I wouldn't say riskier, but a much bigger move. I'm calling it the moonshot all day trade. It tries to get the entire move of the day. And this was a fantastic day. Fridays usually, for some reason, have scared me in the past. But now that it's all automated, I just got to let it run. So it was on 3 MNQ contracts, 194.58 points. Just fantastic trade. I did manually want to exit and was trying to figure out different ways to get out of the trade because we had a ton of profit and it did pull back. But if I do that, that just invalidates the backtest. So this was fantastic. So let's see how the whole week went. I'm going to go through this trade first and then the week. Execution of the trade. So it was 3 MNQs. It was a winner, automated with Edgeful. This is the big thing I'm worried about with the scalp. 6.4 point difference against us. But when you're getting 200 points, it doesn't really matter. Did the P&L match the trading algo? When I say it doesn't matter, it definitely matters. But when you have 200 points, the percentage is so much smaller versus the scalp, which if I'm getting 12 points, that's half the trade. So it can completely invalidate the backtest. So I don't think, I should say, it's going to change overall the results. Tradingview showed a profit of $1,174.80. The live trade was $1,164.95, a difference of $10. Not a big deal. That's a coffee at Starbucks. Good trade, absolutely. Was there any manual intervention? Almost. There's a couple times when we started pulling back that I was asking ChatGPT, should I exit? Should we figure out a different way to exit? But with this setup, I'm using a more of a time-based approach, which I don't necessarily recommend, but that's what this research is based off. So I give it an A- just because I almost intervened. So that I should have just not watched it. And the 6.4 point difference is the other reason it wasn't an A+. But still awesome end to the week. So we only traded 3 days. This is the recap for strategy A. And setup-wise, we only actually had 2 real setups. Thursday, this is a stupid manual trade that I got out quickly because I said I can't do that. This should have been worse. This should have been more negative, but we had that slippage issue that was actually in our favor because this is a negative RR, so losers should be around 600 something. So we got, I guess, lucky on this to only lose $74 on our 3-day first week on strategy A. And then for strategy B, which has usually a much lower win rate, was a fantastic week. Again, only using 3 MNQs. We did not trade Monday. We started this on Tuesday. Wednesday did not meet our requirements and had just awesome trade on Thursday, Friday. And at this point, when you see stuff like this, I'm like, let's size up, let's go bigger. But my goal is really simple. This is my trading plan for this week. And this is probably the hardest part is a couple things. No manual trading. I attempted to do this on another account during the week after looking at some of my Tradezella stats from last year. And it's just, I got to follow a system. And if I'm in front of the computer clicking buttons, that means we're losing money. So I have to do this. So far, I've been doing good by just letting the algos run. No tweaking of current setups. This is, again, my biggest weakness. I'll have a setup like A or B that has a great backtest, which we've gone over 100 times, but then I'll change one thing here, one thing there. And then I'm really never trading the same system. So no tweaking. So that's still good. And then where am I going to spend my time? So if I'm not in front of the computer watching the charts, actually manually entering these trades and watching, 95% of my time is on new strategies. So I'm working on different theories or more of like a quantitative approach, and then building out pinescripts in Tradingview or hiring quants to work on something together and then making backtests. So the goal is to have multiple I don't know how many, multiple high quality setups that have backtests for many years that I'm confident in that I can just run. And ideally ones that work alongside the current setup. So if we've got an ORB trade, let's get a ORB trade on a different session, Asia or London, maybe a reversion or a mean reversion or a pullback strategy, or try something with gold. So this is where I'm spending most of my time. And then lastly, case in point, this video, 5% of my time is documenting and reviewing the trades. And this is really helpful in just making sure I don't do these things. No manual trading and really keeping myself accountable. I've always said, mindset really doesn't matter if you've got a great strategy, but that clearly has been a challenge for me because I always tweak stuff. And I think it's more of a desire to over improve things, which leads to curve fitting and worse results. So here's my plan to get better, to have more setups. I think if I have more setups, let's say I have 3 or 4 great setups, and if one loses, I won't feel as bad, because originally I was going to have one perfect setup and just size in crazy, but that's just not realistic. So right now, Moonshot is winning. Strategy B, the scalp, which has always been my favorite go-to, is struggling out of the gate. I don't think we had a trade today either, but just got to let it run. So that is the result for week 1. We are green. Moonshot crushed it. I don't expect this week to be the same, just because the win rate on the Moonshot setup that was the scalp. It's actually about 60%. So we're at 66% roughly. So we're going to definitely have losers. And those days, which could be today, could be tomorrow, could be all those days, is going to be where it tests us. So let's see how it goes. Hope you guys are in the green. Let me know if there's other strategies that you want tested. That's where I'm spending most of my time. So talk soon. Subscribe. Thank you.